Hi, I'm Dave, and welcome to Ascends Training Academy. Today, we're going to answer some questions from viewers, and we are going to help our community grow and to succeed, to see their vision, to know where they're at, and to have these obstacles in the way, and we kind of show them how to go over them, under them, or through them. Either way, we're going to help you succeed for Christ. So the first question today is, I hate going business to business. It is something I dread daily. Is that a problem, or is there a way to make it more enjoyable? Yes. I don't know any salesperson who doesn't, at some point in their career, have a low. Some people, it's daily because their mental state and their idea of sales is backwards. But what we can try to help you do is find techniques to overcome your concerns. So if you were to tell me you hate business to business, the first question I'd ask you is, well, what's your passion? What do you love to do? What's your purpose and calling in life? Now, we have other segments on that in the Training Academy. So right now we have to assume that your calling is what you're selling, or it's the step that God has for you now. So saying that, if you hate going business to business and it's something you dread, there's some core belief, fear, self-destruct mechanism, obstacle, something's in your way from enjoying this. So that's the first thing I would help you with. I would have you pretty much identify what is holding you back. If you're not sure, it probably breaks down to fear. There's some fear of rejection, some fear of success. There's something in your day that is making you not want to go and face people. It could be that you don't believe in your product or your organization. It could be that you have had a series of rejection, so now you're assuming it's going to happen again, and that's backwards thinking. So if you came to me and we were sitting across the table like we are now, but in person, those are the types of questions I'd be asking you first off. Then, if you ask me, is that a problem? Yes. Sales is all about going out there, making calls and sending emails, and it's a lot of go, 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 and a lot of maybe no, no, no up front. But you keep working through it. You keep moving forward. You keep playing the numbers, so to speak. Now, other viewers have asked me, is sales truly a game of numbers? And the answer is yes, it is. However, we'll talk about this in another segment as well. You can have better numbers. If at first you're making cold calls on the phone, and you're just, and it takes you 20 calls to get to a decision maker. As you practice, as you review, as you start to understand the process and your product and how to reach people, you go from 20 calls to maybe 15 calls to 10 calls to 3 calls. So is it a game of numbers? Yes. Can you bring the numbers down and get better at it? Yes. So those are things you need to keep in mind. Now, is there a way to make it more enjoyable? Absolutely. What you want to do is this. You want to break your goals down, starting with the vision, the ultimate goal. Maybe it's your annual goal. Then break that down into your 12 months or into 11 months. I'll put a link to an article I wrote about 11-month goals. I personally use 11-month goals. And what that means is if you had $1 million goal or a $50 million goal or a $200 goal, whatever your goal is, if you're going to break that up annually over the year, most people break it into 12 months. So that gives them pressure all the way through the year. What I do is I make my goals bigger, but I do 11 months. So that way, at the end of the year, whether it's a calendar year or a fiscal year, I have a month off, a month to just make more bonus, or if I'm behind, I have a month to catch up. So that's why I use 11-month goals. So once you set your monthly goals, then what I do is I say, okay, what are the steps of the sale. Maybe it starts on the phone for you. So, okay, how many calls do I need to make to reach a decision maker? That's your first category. Then the next category could be, once I speak with a decision maker, how many conversations do I have to set the appointment? Okay, that's your second category. How many appointments do I need to go to get a quote or a proposal opportunity? And then how many proposals and presentations do I need to make for me to get the sale? So you have actually a calculation that goes from how many total calls you need to make, broken down by steps, to equal one sale. Now you know mathematically, bang, I need to pick up the phone statistically 48 times for every sale, 24 times for every sale. Once you have that, now you can start measuring your success in each step. You can also see where that's breaking down, but make it a game, make it a challenge. Like last week, it took me 37 calls to get one sale. Okay, well now work on that. And then if you see that the ratio is disproportionate on step 3, like you're really failing on your presentation, well now you know where to put your time into developing. We always need to develop all of our game all the time. We're never perfect, but we're always working towards that perfection. If that's the case for you, then what you want to do is you want to take your steps and make sure one by one you're succeeding the best you can. But if there's one that's blaringly obviously bad, that's where you work on, okay? But if step 3 is your worst step, but 1 and 2 aren't very good, you're not going to get to step 3. So make sure you're doing things decently in order as well. Okay, so the first thing I do is I just remind yourself that sales is a game and it's fun. Everybody's struggling. If it was easy, everybody would be doing it, right? Nothing worth doing is easy. If there's something that's really easy, the reward's probably not very good, or it's sinful, all right? And short-term gain is usually long-term disaster. And remember that in life. That's a life principle. So things that I do if you dread it daily. Number 1, I'd evaluate, is it what you should be doing? Number 2, if it is something you should be doing, why are you hating it? Number 3, wipe all that away if it's something you should be doing and say, what do I need to do? Here's the vision. Here's my breakdown, my goals. Now, in order to achieve those goals, how many sales do I need for the goal? And then you work that accordingly. So those are some preliminary thoughts. Email me with more questions. There's far more technique. We'll make more videos. And I just want to say thanks and make every second count.